All right, so
Minecraft.
do what?
Minecraft.
So just give you a concept. You ready? So just give you a concept. If I go in here, let's say these are my eye sockets. So I'm just trying to give you a concept of what's what. Okay. So when we're doing noses, all right, we're gonna have this section. The nose is gonna come down here like this. Okay. And then basically it's gonna go like that. Okay. The tear ducts, if you remember, come down to the edge of the nose here. Okay. The tear ducts to the edge of the nose. Center of the eye would be the outside of the mouth. So the mouth would be down in here. Okay. Make sense? So in order to do the nose, we're going to take a chunk out of there. Okay. We're going to start off with a piece of clay. And it's already been wedged, which is kind of nice. And all you want to do is start off with basically a cone type of shape, right? Now that's a big conch, right? That's really big nose. So we want to cut that down a little bit here. Oh, that's not good. Cheap. I'm just kind of flattening that down. Okay. And I'm going to make it quite big so you can see it. So there's a lot of clay in there. I can just going to push that in there. Okay. Like that. And just work this in here. Okay. Don't be afraid of it. Push it around. Okay. Now, the mistake I'm just showing you right now, but the mistake I just made is I didn't score it. Okay. So if this was for real and I did that, put it in the kiln, I fired it, this would probably fall off. Okay. So when we do this for real, when we do the actual face, we have to score this. Okay. It's called score and slip. So we'll have a bucket of little water with a sponge, and we're going to put some water in there. Okay, water in there with a sponge, and this will act like a glue. Okay, and then we actually basically like gluing that on there. Okay, so that's called score and slip. It's been a while since I've worked in clay, so I forgot to tell you that. Okay, because that will act like glue, and that will stick on there. All right. Now you don't want to get it too wet. I've got too much water in here already. Now, if I make it too wet, it kind of loses its strength. Okay. So it comes down, obviously. Okay. And then I have this wedge part here. Okay. Now, multiple ways of doing this. Okay. One way would be to basically, you want to cut it on an angle. Cut it on an angle. Okay, cut this on an angle. Because everything is on angles, but you've got to start studying the human form. Okay. Now, take some clay. Okay, roll it in a ball. And I'm going to make this pretty big so you can see it, okay? So I've taken the ball, I've pulled it in half, and I'm rolling both of these so that they're both the same size, okay? If I throw them down like that, okay, then I can score this. Should wet that, but I'm not going to do it for these purposes. And I basically put the nostrils on, okay? And then I'll take another ball here, because you got this section right here of the ball of the nose. And the ball of the nose, and then two spheres on the side for nostrils, okay? So that's in essence the nose, and then what we're going to do now is start to create the form of it. Working that in there. And I'm going to take my little thumbs here and I'm going to push those in there to make the nostrils. I'm going to start curving this around and shaping it up. Now it has to look good from all sides, so you should be really looking around at the different sizes, locations and stuff like that. So I'm going to take this here and just form the nostril. Okay. And then you have a septum down here. Okay, so really I need more clay right in there. And that's the septum that comes down between your nose. And then we mush all this together. This is quite sticky clay actually. And you really need to start studying those, and since we all got masks on, it's kind of hard to see. Okay. Now, the nose is made up of 2/3 cartilage and 1/3 bone. Okay. This would go down in there more as well. And then basically I'll have this little bump area right here. This is the bone, the ridge of the bone. Some people have nose jobs. This is really bent and sticks up. Some cultures are more protruded than anything else. But you've got to have that little bit of a dent there, okay? Now that's quite a bit of a dent, just to show you the concept. Now we're going to start looking at the nostrils here, okay? So the nostril is actually going to go in here and then pull that around there like that, okay? So everything is nice and round. Start forming the nose. Start rounding it out. And it really does help to study and really look at the nose and stuff, okay? And then people have these, like the butt chins, where they got the little crease in there and stuff. Those are all personal things that you start paying attention to. So this can come down that way a little bit. Take that back out. So you get this defined nostril. It's been a long time since I worked in clay. This is nice to get back into it.
Are we making our own nose? Or just...
Well, I'm not making it for you. Are you doing a self-portrait nose? No, not necessarily. At this point, just make a nose so you understand what it is. So there might be an indentation there. And then you just kind of use your fingers, round it all out, and then start looking at it from different angles. What does it look from here? Like, what does it look like from there? This nose here needs to be, this nostril rather. Don't go back. And of course, it's all connected. When you start putting all these pieces together, you're going to make adjustments and look at it from different angles and make sure it's all good. It's quite sticky. Okay. And you got to really look at the nostrils. You know, I got one, my nostrils are bent. My nose crooks off to the one side more than the other. And kicked in it and broken it enough times. It's just you just got to look at each individual person's nose and design it accordingly. So I'm not worried about the eye sockets and all that stuff, but that gives you a concept of the nose. Okay.